So Gen Z is losing interest in Vegas, and Vegas is starting to feel the pain. Today's video, I want to go over three things that I feel that are contributing to this from someone who's recently been in Vegas, and actually was in Vegas a few years ago as well. Let's go ahead and get into this first video, and then I'll give you my thoughts on why this is happening.
Well, here, what's going on in Las Vegas? Hotel occupancy is way down, nearly 15% lower than last year. And even casinos, I guess, aren't pulling the crowds like they used to. The average room price dropped to $163 a night. Buffets are going to run you about $100. Heck, a cup of coffee is going to be $9, and resort fees are draining people's wallets. One tourist flat out said Vegas isn't even fun anymore. Casinos are cutting costs, workers are making less, and get this, tipped staff say they are earning 50% less than before. Even international travel is down. Canadian visitors, that alone dropped nearly 20%, and overall global travel to Vegas is lagging really bad thanks to rising costs, political tensions, heck, stricter entry fees. Vegas allegedly is shifting towards high end luxury, but in doing so, it might have priced out the very people who made it iconic in the first place. So here's my question: is Las Vegas dying? Has it lost its fun, its charm, its edge? Or
I think it definitely did, and I think now he said it was 15% as far as like reservations. I think it's even higher, like 20% now. Not a lot of people going there. I seen a lot of videos of just being a ghost town. I know from my first time around 2016 to just recently, massive difference. And Vegas used to be a place where they would want to draw you in, so they would, not charge you resort fees, things like that, because they wanted you to come in, spend that money gambling. That is not the case, and I think Gen Z has noticed this. Remember, this is a group that's, in their 20s, most of them, up to 28 years old. They are on social media. There's nothing you could hide from them. One of the main reasons I think this has happened, of course, is cost. I could tell you when I was just there, one thing they don't tell you is a lot of people will book a trip and they pay for their resort, they pay for the flight, and their mindset is, okay, I just have food and, any type of activities that I want to do, and I'm good. Next thing you know, you get to Vegas and you have a resort fee. And those resort fees right now are going anywhere from 25 to $55 a day. So you have to add in that additional cost. That could add up if you're staying there a week. That could be like an additional $385 in just the resort fee. Then that resort fee, does it cover parking? Telling you right now, no, it does not. So then you have to add on the additional parking. And the parking goes anywhere 20 to $30 a day as well. So if you add on parking, resort fees alone, you're close to an additional with a week stay, probably $600 additional added onto your cost that you didn't account for. So if you don't notice and you're planning a trip to Vegas, and I hope you did your research because these fees will creep up on you quick. Thankfully, this new generation, at least Gen Z, they're catching on to this. And also, another reason the culture in Vegas is party and gambling. That's not Gen Z's ideal of a good time. If you watch a lot of these videos, like when I was doing the research for this video, they're all about being out in nature, being, cautious with their spending, a lot of international travel. This whole party lifestyle, nah, Gen Z is not about that. And Vegas is losing a ton of money because of it. And something else I want to point out too is with the new age, with social media, Gen Z is not going to believe these ads that you see for Vegas and they show everything luxurious. No, Gen Z is going to go on there. They're going to look at other social media influencers, see what they say about Vegas, and they're exposing Vegas. I myself fell into this the first time. I thought, yeah, Vegas is going to be great. I can't wait to go. No, it was not what I thought at all. And yes, I mean, I think Vegas is still going to continue on for those who can afford, these five-star restaurants. And because I could tell you, food is very expensive there. I mean, they used to have real cheap restaurants. I think one was like the Ocean Bar and Grill, where you could get a meal for like $4. Those days are over. Almost all of those are gone. So now you have no choice. I think every dinner for two people in Vegas costs me over $100. Over $100 easy, no matter where you go. That's something else that you really need to consider now. Me personally, I think there's a lot better places you could go to, and I think this is a good thing, for Gen Z to say, "Hey, no, we're not into this lifestyle." No, and we're not gonna take part in it. We're not gonna pay these crazy prices. That's not our culture. And they've done their research. They know who to believe and what's really going on. They're not being fooled. So either Vegas is gonna make a turnaround and start coming up with new ideas to bring Gen Z in, or they're gonna continue to crumble. You're just gonna see ghost towns everywhere. Let me know if you guys are planning a trip to Vegas in the comment section below. I definitely want to know. Or if you've been recently, what your experience is. Between the first time and the second time, I could tell you personally, night and day difference. I mean, cost wise, it got more expensive. I knew that was going to happen, but yeah, a lot less people. Wasn't as much going on in my experience. Yours may be different. Let me know in the comment section below. And with that, guys, I'll see you in the next one.